Well, hello. That's one of the perks of having a no build. Did a van tour. He did some, I was started watching van tours, and he did the minivan, and I thought, oh my gosh. And I knew that was for me. A vehicle, yes. But there's a stipulation on that. You really need to have a savings. I haven't really coughed much at all. Yes. Hey y'all, I'm Minivan Lee, and I live in my minivan, and I have for 7 years. This is my home on wheels, and I really love it. Now, I just got to my summer home up north, and I'm at 7,000 elevation, and I am acclimating into my summer home this morning. Yes. Now, I will catch you up. I also, and when I was in Tucson, right before I left, I got viral bronchitis. I wasn't going to the gym, and I went to Ohio and came back, and I got the bronchitis. I flew there and came back, and my life just kind of turned upside down. And I hadn't been to the gym in a while, but this morning, I really made myself go. I'm now in Flagstaff, and I made myself go to the gym. Yeah, and it felt good. I was huffing and puffing a couple times, but I did make it through. I really did. And I took my time, but you know what I did? I kind of pushed myself just a little bit. I want to push myself. I want to get this going, to get my breathing. I want to start really using my lungs. They said that bronchitis can last up to 8 weeks. And a little bit of a cough still there. Actually, today, it's kind of amazing. I haven't really coughed much at all. Yes, I'm so glad about that, because it really racks your body. You know, it really tenses up when you're coughing. And not good for your head. You can get a headache. So, yeah, everything is going good. I just wanted to catch you up in case you're new, and in case you haven't watched for a while. I know I get some comments every once in a while. Wow, I didn't know you were so sick. Why aren't you watching my videos every day? Why? Come on, man. Let's go. I really could use the views. Okay, so there's that. Okay, but I do have a letter. This is from Manuel de Cortez. Miss Minivan Lee, we are worried about you. This is from yesterday's video. You don't look so good. You don't sound well. Sweet lady, you need rest. What? I think I look great. I think you all, isn't that funny? Because I mentioned that, how there's a difference in how people perceive. I don't look so good. I don't sound so good. Please. I mean, I know you meant well, Manuel. I know you did, but I think I look great. Oh my gosh. I went out for breakfast this morning, and I went to IHOP. I have lost about 10 pounds. My appetite is still a little bit behind. I think it's just because my stomach is so shrunk down. So I went there and I bought a huge omelet. And then there's a side order of pancakes. I'm not into pancakes, but I said, okay, bring them. And it was either pancakes or hash browns. I thought pancakes. And I took a couple bites of one of the pancakes, and that was about it. But it was good to get out. I advocate going to a restaurant every once in a while if you're a nomad. Just get out and enjoy being around other people. So I had a really nice cup of chamomile tea, and I really enjoyed myself. Maybe once a week, go to a restaurant. I want to find a really nice diner, maybe more of a family diner, so I'll keep looking. After IHOP, I went to a park I've never been to before and walked around a little bit. I still had some energy. I haven't walked very much over the past 3.5 weeks, but this is definitely a park that you can go walking. There's Mount Humphrey. I always want to say that wrong. Mount Humphrey. And the ponderosa pines and the pine trees. It was very nice. I enjoyed myself. From Dancing Spirit, do you think it's possible to live off of $900 a month? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, in a bricks and sticks, no. But in a vehicle, yes. But there's a stipulation on that. You really need to have a savings. I say at least $10,000 in your savings account because emergencies are going to arise. And on $900, in fact, I'll put links to those videos. I have a couple of videos on how to live off of $500 a month. And so you could actually put a couple $100 away, but it's a very tight budget. But I wouldn't even attempt to go into the nomad world, van life, without at least $5,000. I know that sounds like is it 10,000 or 5,000? 5,000 minimum. 10,000, that's good. I lost my van, how many years ago? Was it 2 years ago? All the gaskets were leaking. It was a mess. It wasn't even fixable. Well, I was on BLM land. I had to go find a van lickety split like that. And I did have a savings. I laid down, I think it was $8,300. Bam. Now, it didn't take all my savings. I had about 10,000. And I laid down the 8,300 and I drove away, right? But you still have to get tags. You have to get all that stuff. You have to get the title going. And then there are all these other little glitches that can happen with it because it's a used car. So yeah, $10,000, okay. 5,000 minimum, okay? Sure, you can do it. I have done it, $900. My Social Security was only $900 for like 3 years. It's now 1,000. Ooh, yeah. This is from Bluebird Days and Cathole Nights. Okay, that's interesting. She says, summer jobs through the public park system. Okay. Get to see a new area of the country. Sounds like a good idea. Great suggestion. Question: what factors would be the deciding factor on whether to do a major van repair or to buy a different van? I like that your no-build layout keeps options open and van flexibility. Well, hello. That's one of the perks of having a no-build, because if you have to get a different van, what I did when I did get a new van, I just transferred everything from the old van into the new van. And I didn't have to, like anchor anything down. No, I can bungee it down, but that was about it. So seriously, there's a good factor for the no build. Now, what are the factors between fixing a van or buying a new one? Well, I think The most obvious to me is if it needs a new transmission, get rid of it, because transmissions are so expensive. Well, it really depends on the cost of the repair. It also depends on how many miles. If you're going to be socking a bunch of money into a minivan that already has like 180,000 miles on it, no. I mean, if it's a small repair, sure, but not a big repair, not even a medium repair. Because usually, unless it's a Toyota Sienna or a Honda Odyssey, okay, those two, okay, because you can probably go, some of them can even go 300,000 miles. But I've heard like my Kia, and before it was a Kia, and that was just coincidence. It was what was available in the paper. Okay, so a Kia, I wouldn't go more than 200,000 miles on it. Yeah. And some of the other ones too, a Mazda maybe, I wouldn't go 180,000. That's just my opinion. Okay. So you have to weigh it out. What are the mileage? What is the cost of fixing it? What's your bank account like? I mean, if you don't have enough money to actually buy another one, maybe that's the route you have to take. And if you're living in your minivan or any van because you have to really what I would do is get a piece of paper and put a line down the middle, pros and cons, and start writing them down and and then sleep on it. Your mind will help you come up with the logic of it all, okay? There's my suggestion for that. This is from Deborah7241. Good words of wisdom, she says. I want to know how you found it so appealing to become a nomad. And was money the driving force in this decision? And did you ever see yourself in this adventurous position in this particular lifestyle you are currently living in when you were even younger? When I was younger, no. I mean, when I was young, we went camping. That's a big Ram truck. Wow. It's pulling in. Okay, so the first question is, how did I find it so appealing to become a nomad? Well, my daughter introduced me to Bob Wells. She said, Mom, you gotta see this video. So I did, and this was way back. And I remember he did a van tour. I would start watching van tours, and he did the minivan, and I thought, oh my gosh. And I knew that was for me. I just knew it, okay? And here I am. And was money the driving force? No, money was not the driving force, because I was living in a house. It was a historical house in central Tucson. And I'd been there 15 years. My rent was $500. So, no, that wasn't my driving force. I could have stayed there. But my daughter moved, and her husband got transferred to Cincinnati, and they lived right beside me. And I was very close to my granddaughter. She was only 2 at the time. I mean, we were like peas and carrots. You know what I mean? So he got transferred, and they moved. And I was there probably about like 5 months. And I just decided I need to get in a minivan. This is it. And so I tell the story. I'll do it another time. But that was my driving force. I was ready. I knew I was going to do it. And I'd already bought a few things. But that was my driving force. Yeah. And I will mention, within a month, I was in my minivan. I didn't even have a minivan at the time, but I found a minivan, and I got rid of everything in 1 month. I was working like what kind of animal works? I was working like a little ant. Ooh, yeah. I was working it. Yep. And then I lived 3 months in my minivan in Tucson because I was still working. I had my own little business going, and I was still working with my clients, and I didn't want to just leave them high and dry. And I could still put as much money as I could away, saving on rent, things like that, and utilities. So yeah. And then it says, did I see myself in this as a child? Maybe younger. Well, not too much. Not too much. But as soon as I started watching Bob Wells videos, oh yeah, I knew it was for me. Yep. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Mwah. Tomorrow I'll have some more stuff for you, okay? And please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you want to give me a gift just to help support me, you know, it's not uncommon to support YouTube creators, especially the smaller channels like mine, because we don't make very much and I do videos every day. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's the way it is. But if you want to, it's there on minivanlee.com, because I tell you to go there because I get 100%. It's not like Patreon. And a lot of YouTube creators use Patreon, or they have memberships or something like that where people pay in every month. I don't do that. I don't use Patreon because they take a little bit more than what I get. I get 100% of everything. So go to minivanlee.com. So until tomorrow, everybody, I hope you're having a really good day. And remember, good things are coming your way. Good things are coming my way. How do I look? Do I look okay? Let me know down here. Are y'all worried about me? I will mention that I have lost some weight. I've lost about 10 pounds. Maybe that's what you're looking at. I could stand to lose 10 pounds. You know, I'm still I was at the high end of my BMI, so I could stand to lose 10 pounds. It's no big deal. I don't think I look peaked, right? Do I? Bye, everybody. Let me know. Let me know. Mwah. Bye.